This is the cut. What's up, YouTube? It's Trey Cuts. This is the cut, and today we're going to be talking about some things that's been swirling around in my big old head for the past week. And what I'm talking about is commitment. Are you committed to the barbershop? Are you putting in the most amount of time? So basically, are you doing most of your time and most of your effort going into being a barber? If you want to see growth in your clientele, growth in your skills, and you just want to be a better barber overall, you have to ask yourself, are you committing the most that you can to being a barber? So I'm going to just give you a few things that I think that stops people from committing to being a barber into the barbershop. And I'm also going to give you some tips that'll help you commit a little bit better to the barbershop. So one of the things that I think that stops people from committing to the barbershop is fear. Now, it's different things that they fear. You know, fear of letting go of their other job and not being able to make enough money because they had that steady income, and if they drop that steady income, they're not going to have enough money, because in the barber industry, everybody knows you have those high days and you have those low days, and some people can't afford to have those type of days where they need that steady income, because every situation isn't right for a barber. You might have kids you got to take care of, you might have a whole household you got to take care of, and payments and bills and just different situations that won't allow you to put yourself in a situation to be a barber and deal with those ups and downs, especially if you're not making a substantial amount of money at that point in your career. Indecision is another reason. Like, some people are indecisive about whether or not they really want to be a barber. Some people really, they'll go to school and everything, and they won't get their license. They'll just work on their temporary. Once they temp expire, they either stop working or they try to continue working on their temporary license. And to me, that's indecision. You're not really sure if you really want to do it or not. And if you really do want to do it, then why not take the extra step to get your license? And some people are still young. A lot of barbers come out of hair school when they're like 18 or 19, and they still have a whole life to live, and they're not really sure if this is the path they want to take. Some people are just doing it so that they're not doing nothing. You know, some people don't really have a true passion for being a barber. And if you don't have a true passion for being a barber, eventually, at some point, you're just going to stop doing it. You have to make your mind up of whether or not this is a career that you really want to go into, and if the situation fits, if you being a barber fits the situation and your lifestyle that you're living. I remember the first barbershop that I worked at. I had to make a decision whether or not I wanted to be a cop or I wanted to be a barber. I remember I told my boss, I really want to work for you, but I want to be a cop too. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the police academy, and then when I leave the times that I leave the police academy, I'm gonna come here and work the last couple hours. And he looked at me, he was like, no. No, you're either going to work for me full time or you're not going to work for me at all. He said, I don't want anybody that's not fully committed to being a barber. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get back to you and let you know what I got to do. So I took some time. I think I took like a week or so for it to decide or whether or not, I really wanted to do it. Because for me, it was, would I be able to still do the things that I was looking for as a barber that I would be looking for as a police officer? Will I still get to work with the public, talk to people, make a difference in our community, and have an impact on young people's lives? Because that's just something that I was really passionate about, is working with people and making a difference. So I thought about it, and I came up with, like, yeah, I could still do the same things that I wanted to do. I get to talk to people every day, talk to young people every day, make people feel better about themselves, better about their hair, give people confidence every day. So it made a decision easy for me to commit to being a barber. And once I did it, I was happy, and it's got me to where I am right now, and I can't be happier, and I'm so glad that I did it and made the decision to become a full-time barber. And sometimes you have to sit down with yourself and be realistic about your situation, about your life, and what you really want to do, and if you really want to commit to this game. Another thing that you have to do if you want to commit to the barbershop is you have to continue to grind. If you're a real barber and you've been in the industry for a long time, you already know that barbering is just a grinding game. You always got to grind. You got to grind from beginning to end of the day. You got to grind when you on and when you off. It's a constant grind when you barbering. Make sure you posting pictures and you hashtagging them. And I talked about this in one of my other videos before. Hashtagging and posting pictures so people can see your work. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is really important. That's part of the grind. That's part of trying to build that clientele. Going out and passing out business cards, posting your pictures on all your social media accounts, talking to your friends all the time, making sure that they know that you're the barber they should be going to. All of that stuff is part of the grind. You got to be doing all of that stuff. So you want to make sure that you have a good camera. And if you can afford to invest in a good camera, then I really recommend that you invest in a good camera or invest in a good cell phone. Because I know like iPhones have really good cell phones. I mean, I'm a Samsung man myself. But I ain't going to lie, I do know that Apple has some good cell phone cameras. So if you can invest in a good camera phone or a good camera or a nice inexpensive camera, then go out and get yourself one. You don't have to have a top of the line DSLR or Nikon. You don't have to have one of those high-end cameras. You can have a nice point and shoot camera to take some really good pictures of your haircuts. So that's just a few things that I have for y'all. I just wanted to talk to y'all about some of the things that's been swirling around in my head that I just had to get out. Because I just been seeing some things on Instagram, man. I've been seeing some barbers that I work with that might be feeling a little bit, you know, down about the things that's going on around them and why things are the way they are. So this was just a few tips for those guys that need a little extra push or a little motivation or a little understanding of why things aren't the way they should be or why you feel like you're stuck in a certain place in your career. So if you guys have any questions, like I always say, shoot me a question in the comment section below. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like my videos, give me a thumbs down. And if you don't like my videos, make sure you tell me why. Oh yeah, subscribe right now. Like right now. I'm gonna wait. This is the pause for you to like and subscribe to this video. This is the pause. This is the pause.
6 hours later.
Cause I get all these likes, I get all these views, but my likes and my views don't match up. All right, so by now y'all should have did it. Y'all should have liked and commented. You know, I mean liked and subscribed. But anyway, like, subscribe, share, comment. Peace.
The cut.